guess first of all, what did you think of seeing the banner go up and getting to take all that in pregame?
Great. It's awesome. It's a huge accomplishment. Brings back some good memories. I mean, ever since the 2016 one has gone up, it's part of my routine now. You know, when we finally get led out to before the anthem, to have a glance at that and remember what we've done and what we're here to do. So now to have two up there is amazing. We want to keep adding more.
Something to be said, kind of like the festivities are over now. You know, the Thursday, the opening, and now you've got another game. Is it fair to assert that now it seems like the season is, you know, different part than the last week of it?
No, I truly think for us we knew the season started in Honduras. We tried to get ready for that as much as we could then and there, and get into that competitive spirit and not into just the scrimmage spirit right then and there. But yeah, obviously, with one tournament out of the way now, the sole focus for a few games remains on the season now before obviously Open Cup rolls around. So I think it's important. We know every team goes through their ups and downs, and this year will be no different. But I think it's always difficult when you put yourself in a hole in the beginning, because it's such a negative spot. You know, when you have all these ambitions and goals set out, and you start that out on a wrong note, it's very difficult. So we've made those experiences in the past, and so we want to avoid those for sure. So it's nice that we got the first win, but we want to build on that.
How important was it in terms of, you don't always want to come back, for, you know, in that fashion, but just to come back from being down, the resiliency and
great. I think actually, in a, you know, not the perfect game by any means, but a perfect way for us to come out of that difficult Honduras game. You know, because I don't think you're going to turn around and go through a mental challenge like that, and then 2 days, 3 days later go like, all right, now we're playing perfect. It's just not going to happen. So for us to fight through that challenge, play an okay game, be challenged even more with being a goal down, but then show the resilience and fight through. I love seeing that. That was great. I think that's what I'm talking about when we're talking about challenges that this team 2020 squad has to face and has to the adversity we have to go through. That was it, and I think this is a good thing that we'll take throughout the year, take with us, and I'm sure at some point it will pay off.
Communication between you and the center backs is important. Obviously, a lot of changes there. How have you gotten used to those new players playing those positions?
Yeah, it's still early on. It's difficult. You know, we now had a different pairing as well with Jamar still not 100% there. So and things will keep on changing. I mean, besides that, even we had quite a few other guys on the field. Starting with you know, Miguel was on the field, Leva, JJ got slid back into left back. So some moving pieces, but it's a process. I think you have to realize that you're not gonna. It's nice if you find your way and it clicks, but throughout the year you will have to adjust regardless anyways. There's injuries, there's call-ups, there's other things happening. So for us to now have to move some things around and get comfortable with that is good. So I expect some more growing pains, that's fine. It should be a never-ending process of trying to get better anyway. So.
Historically, Jordan's been a guy whose confidence could fluctuate from time to time, but he's been so locked in going back to maybe Gold Cup even last year. Do you feel like those days are behind him?
It's the same thing. It's an ongoing struggle. You know, players get hot, they get cold. Things work for them, things don't fall their place. You're lucky, you're unlucky. If you think that all of a sudden you've got a technique down, or you've hit a hot streak and now it's time to relax, then you're going to be in for a rough ride. So I think he's smart enough to know that. He knows that. It's a never-ending process of just trying to hear. You know, he's had a great game. He was vital for us. Should do well for the confidence, but got to show up to work here. Got to get better every day to emulate that the next week or surpass that even, right? And I think the biggest thing for that is you have to have the right head on your shoulders, and I firmly believe Jordan has that, so that's good.
Obviously, you guys will do scouting throughout the week, but initial thoughts on Jossie Zardes and facing that Columbus attacker coming up on Saturday?
Some crafty new additions there. So it'll be difficult. I think they're actually going to be a very good side this year. Their coach likes to have them play and be a possession-based dominant team, not so much an explosive counter-attacking team, but very, very creative players. So some weapons we'll have to have a look at and be aware of. But let's not forget that we're at home. I think possession and the spell of things was even against Chicago. We'd like for that to be a bit more in our favor when we're at home. So something we need to focus on and do a little bit better at.
Shane O'Neill started out as a trialist in preseason, and he's gone on to start a couple of games. What have you made of his performances, and what do you think he brings to the group?
Good. I think he communicates a lot. He listens well. Again, it's for him, it's not just a couple new players; it's a whole new team. So it's important to get some time to gel. But depth will be needed. I don't even know how that will shake out, who will be the starters. But regardless, we want to have as many people competing in their spots. So that's a good thing. I think he fits in well in the locker room as well. So overall, a great addition.
Javier Arriaga obviously all of a sudden becomes one of the more veteran center backs. Obviously, has been with the team longer. You've worked with him last year. Have you seen any changes in his demeanor or the way he works, anything like that?
No, I think he's always been very professional. Still tucks in his shirt like he always does. No, it's consistency is important in terms of how you approach every day. You don't want to have a new guy come in and impress in the first 10 weeks or so, and then get comfortable and think, now I'm here, whatever, who cares? But I think he's been very consistent in the way he's approached his weekly work. That will bode well. We'll need to improve as individuals, which will help us improve as a collective unit. And he's important in that, in the way he approaches every day, I think.
Any personal goals? I mean, you've always been a team guy, but individual goals for this 2020 season?
Just add more trophies. Individual awards are great and all. I like the ones that come from my teammates. If they think I'm helping the team, then that's great. But we're here to win trophies, and we're in a team sport. So I want to see some more banners go up. I want to see some more trophies. It doesn't matter which ones they are, the official ones, or I'll take the Cascadian one. It's a big one too. Any trophies have meaning. That's what we do. That's what we're here to do, and make our fans happy as well.